Are you ready?
You know, I stay covered in the Lord, so I'm always ready.
All right. Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
Loving each other,
and finding our inner Barack and Michelle.
or Jay-Z and Beyonce, or who we doing this week? Oh, yes, Magic and Cookie Johnson. They one of the low-key OGs in the game.
Yeah,
like, they the definition of for better or for worse, and for sick or for poor.
Mm-hmm.
Because I even remember as a child when I almost forgot his name. Magic did that conference on coming out that, he had HIV, and Cookie was right there with him. And, when he retired, right?
He retired.
I don't want to misspeak his legacy. He retired from the game, and he disappeared for a little bit. I don't know where Magic went. He took some maca root vitamin D, and he got a little better. And they came back strong. Like the Johnson, I don't even just call it the Magic Johnson. The Johnson Empire is sickening. They got everything from Starbucks to movie theaters to companies, and they don't be talking about them a lot like they a power couple. Like, they really be holding it down, especially that Cookie. You don't hear a lot about Cookie.
No, you don't hear about no black woman staying with their man that got HIV.
Okay, I wasn't talking about that.
Well, I am.
But I was talking about just the idea of her. Like, I really don't know much of Cookie's story. What's her real name? Her real name's like Earth Letha or something like. It's not even Cookie. So, that might be my little homework this weekend, to do some research on Cookie, because I think she really the mastermind behind all of it.
She the real G.
I think she is the real and original G. All right.
Well, I am Niram.
And I'm Nambi.
And this is the 5th episode, y'all.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th.
What? Do better.
Chappelle Show. We made it a whole week. Yes.
I never watched the Chappelle Show. Oh, is that y'all gonna take my black card? I never really watched the Chappelle Show.
Shame on you.
It was like, I know the snippets, and I know like the key people and the characters. Like, I know all that, but sat down and really watched Comedy Central to watch Chappelle. I never did that.
Girl, that was the best thing ever during undergrad. We get some liquor, and then we watch Chappelle Show.
Chappelle fooled y'all. Chappelle wasn't even from the hood.
No, he wasn't.
Like, everybody's like, oh, Chappelle the realest nigga on earth. I'm like, he from like some little small town in Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, he was like the only black boy in the neighborhood. Maybe our spirits were kindred, and I ain't get his, comedy all the time, because sometimes I'm like, he been touched by white hands.
Literally.
So that's why I ain't know what you was talking about. All righty.
Well, be sure to leave us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher, and if we like it, we'll read them on the show. So, Niambi, how you doing, girl?
I'm doing well. I told y'all I'm on that upkick of the productivity cycle. Like, I've been waking up super early, and I've only been cranky for like the first 15 minutes of waking up. I'm not a morning person. Like, everyone, I rather stay up to 3 in the morning, and like, I rather clean, meal prep. I rather do everything in the middle of the night. So for me to get up early, like at 6, 7 a.m. with a smile, that is an accomplishment and a blessing from the Lord.
I wouldn't say it was a smile. It's more like a smirk.
I don't like the morning.
You still don't be cooking that damn bacon. Got the house smelling like bacon.
It do bother me. Or a lot of loud noises. Like, I like to ease up. So, but this only been taking me 15 minutes, where it usually takes me about a good hour before I'm in a decent mood to smile and come down and, be a part of the world. But I'm not. It's doing well. Actually, it's been an inspirational week. I went to the defense of a really good friend, and now she has joined the PhD club, and I am just so, so proud of her. I know it's been a lot of hard work, time, and dedication for her. While she was on this PhD journey, she became a wife, she became a mother, and she just kills it at all levels. And overall, she's been a great friend. I would say more than a friend. She's been like a sister to me, and she's been with me in good times and bad times. And even while she was going through her PhD journey, becoming a wife and a mother, she always took time to kind of check on myself and Niram, and just be there for us, and it was just so good just spending time for her, and just it's just something special about seeing your friends, your people, your crew in a genius zone that made you say Black excellence ain't nothing to play with, is it?
Right.
We some unique beings, right? So just being with that, made me just want to stop and smell the roses and remember to tell the people you care about that you care about them in that moment, and to really just, when these things like this are happening, stop and take a snapshot of that moment and truly cherish it and hold on to it for, when, you have rough times or tough times. So that was, a great experience. Actually, I had another friend who defended about a month or so ago too. So I'm just surrounded by brown, brilliant women who are changing the damn world. And I'm overjoyed. Like, I am just so filled up, as y'all can tell from my voice. But this weekend, I have to work all weekend, so I'm sure I'll have some good stories for y'all on Monday. I don't have any good stories now, but the weekend at my store, see, I ain't slip up, is always something, unique between those coupons and the sales, so I'm sure it's going to be turned up.
They're going to be turned
up. Working at this store has made me prejudiced against coupons. Like, somebody roll up, and I'm not talking about, like, if you have under 10 coupons, I'm okay, but you start rolling over 10 coupons, I said, honey.
You talking about the people with the binders, the string couponers?
And it's not even people with the I guess I said I didn't have a store. It's not even people with the binders. It's the unorganized people with the binders. So, ma'am, you want me to come here, go through all your stuff, see if the coupon match, clip it out, then you get an attitude when you give me a coupon from 2015? Oh, it just, like, when I see them bust out the coupons, I want to be like, lane closed.
Turn your light off.
And I never was like that. Like, I always like, every little bit counts. Now I'd be like, honey, you got to invest in yourself. Like, if this 50 cents is make it or break it, you got to work it. So, like I said, hopefully Monday I have a good story for y'all. And in the Wednesday podcast, I'm going to see the Wonder Woman. I kept calling her Superwoman. I'm so sorry. That's disrespectful. I'm talking about I want to be a part of the Superwoman movement. It's Wonder Woman. I am going to see it. Everyone is talking about it's going to be off the chain. So I'm very, very excited about it. Also, I'm starting this journaling and yoga challenge. So y'all keep me lifted.
Okay.
Usually, for this yoga challenge, I do it with my friend Nia at the beginning of every year, and we struggle through these 30 days. I shouldn't say we, me. Me, Niambi, struggles through the 30 days. About day 14, I'm like, child, this is too much. Let me just touch my toes, and that's it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and pick that up.
You going to do the whole 30 this time?
Yes, I'm going to do the whole. My check-in, not yours.
I'm just saying you always crit around like 21. So
21, it'd be rough.
I want to lift you up to get you to 30.
I am. So I think that'd be good for me. But actually, you're going to be surprised. This is not the one I'm actually most nervous about. I'm most nervous. I'm going to start this journaling for 30 days. So I always journal like on and off. And, I believe journal is something that's very fluid. You when it moves you, you do it. When it don't, like some days I do it every day, once a month, once a year. But I really want to journal for like 30 days straight to really see if I can do it and what will come up for me. So again, keep me lifted, because sometimes that attention span of mine.
I know.
It'd be like, good, I was looking back at my journal. I got journal entries that said, God is good. Or it'd be like what I ate today. It was like, I ate Subway and it was sunny. I was like, okay, let's dig a little deeper. So I'm really going to try to do that. But what I'm most excited about is to have successfully completed this first full week of this podcast. I'm y'all, for the family and friends out there that know me, y'all know I'm working on my creativity, and this is a huge step out my comfort zone, but it's been so rewarding. Like, usually I'm more of a logistics person, A plus B equals C, behind the scenes. I really don't like my voice to be out there too much, more so you just want my close community. So me doing this, putting my voice out there, saying how I feel, being unapologetically me, this was something that was totally different. But what I will say is doing this podcast 3 days a week ain't no joke.
Sure ain't.
I was sleeping on y'all social media podcasters. Like, I have respect for all of them. I have my favorite podcast, of course, like The Read, The Friend Zone, all them. And they be killing it. But damn.
The dudes who do it like 5-7 days a week.
Everybody who do a podcast, I don't even care if you did one episode. You put in work. And folks don't tell you what it is to do the work behind. Look, us, what is it? Our logistical operations people. Like, all right, you do this, you get in line, you move forward. And it's not that easy. Just having this this the easy part. Talking is the easy part.
It's the behind the scenes.
It's the behind the scenes that you be like, this too much.
That's why we telling you about the other podcast. And it's like how much work it go into it.
It is. So I just gotta, say that, and also salute to all the other podcasters out there. Even the ones I don't know. If y'all listen, let us know what y'all podcast, so I at least put it on the background. Because I know what it is to want to support somebody. So, I just have a newfound respect. Not that I didn't before. I think I always respected the craft, but I just didn't know.
You just thought motherfuckers got in front of a microphone and just talked for an hour.
I guess it plays into when you do something well, it look easy.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the podcast folks that I listen to and do. Y'all make it look easy. This ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
Because a few times I was like, well, how about we do a monthly podcast? The first week. Look, I said, family and friends, thank y'all for the support. We just go do this once a month though. Look, all right. So, and also working into the idea of sacrifice. So, if this is something we really want, and, like I said, I'm working on my creativity. Niram's honing in just his social media skills. Like, this is something we got to commit to. But lastly, just thank you to all the family, friends, and those 5 listeners that we don't know personally. Thank you. Your kind words, your just listening. We see those little downloads ticking. Thank you. It has been amazing. Let me be your testimony, okay? To anybody out there listening, I love the Lord. I got to say it. Let me be your testimony that you have to step out on faith and do something that makes you uncomfortable. In that space is where you begin to stretch and you grow. So again, let me be that test. It might not be creating a podcast. It might be working out. It might be trying a different food. It might be having hard conversations. It might be going back to school, starting a new career, or leaving somebody, or transitioning. Whatever that is, use Nambi as your testimony to step out on faith and try it. And with that, God is good all the time.
All the time.
All the time, God is good. Come on.
Talk your shit, Nambi.
Ooh, go ahead, Niram.
Well, I'm feeling good, feeling great. How are you? Couple things, y'all. After we got done recording on Wednesday, Nambi scared
don't say that.
Shit out of me.
Are you gonna tell the story?
Yes.
Okay.
So after we get done recording, Nambi go downstairs and it's like, well, I'm about to just cozy up and watch some House of Cards. So it's like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and stay up and like just edit the podcast so I can get it on now. So a couple minutes go by and all I hear is this loud shriek and Nambi scream my name. It's like, ah!
First of all,
Nero! So I'm like, shit, what the hell going on? So I'm taking off my headphones. I'm running downstairs. Our kitchen is before the living room, so I go get a knife because I'm thinking
why you always getting a weapon?
Because you screaming like somebody here. So I go get a knife just in case somebody down there, and I got to stab him fool up. So I go in the living room. Ain't nobody there. And she pointing at the cover like, get it. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I look at the cover. I don't even see nothing. And then I look real close.
Yeah.
It's one of those damn gypsy moth caterpillars that done got in the house.
You done got in the house.
And then got on the cover.
You don't, no, you have to put it in context. So I'm on the couch laid up, cozy, covered. You know how you put a cover to your chin? Mm-hmm. And you know how you feel like something's staring at you? I said, what's staring at me? What is no one in the house? What is it, Lord? And then, I look to my right on my shoulder. There he is looking at me. With his 1,000 eyes and his 1,000 legs and all his furs.
So I go down there and Nambi ass talking about get it, kill it. So I go in the bathroom, get a piece of paper, and then go kill it. And I'm like, damn, girl, you gotta stop all this yelling. I'm thinking somebody up in this house got you hostage. I done got the knife. I'm trying to figure out if I need to get my gun and shoot a motherfucker. And it's a damn caterpillar.
He crossed the line.
So
he's meant to be outside. I'm very friendly with animals and insects, but you can't come in my home because I don't go in their home.
So she scared the shit out of me. So while Nambi and her friend was at the defense doing PhD things and
doctoral things,
defending the world,
black intellectual things,
pontificating and being, I got big words too, and just being great with black girl magic,
brilliant black brown girls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm over here playing Uncle Daycare.
Oh.
So before she leave, I get this notepad out because I'm like, all right. I watch kids during my lifespan, like nieces and nephews, but it's been a minute, so I'm a little rusty. So I get a notepad out, like, hey, like, what his schedule is.
That baby is sweet.
I'm like, what his schedule is. And then, do he got any tails? And when he used the bathroom,
what do you mean tails?
Like, all right, I got son. When he used the bathroom on himself, like he do like this stinky leg move thing because he got that pee on him, and he be like, I don't want this on me no more.
It's not clean.
And same thing when he poops. So I'm like, do he got any tails? Like, is he funny when it comes to the bathroom? I'm like, oh no, like he just had it. Like, when I'm supposed to know when he changed his diaper? So going through the stuff, she's like, yeah, he may not eat lunch. Like, that's cool. So they get ready to go. I put on Sid the Science Kid.
Sid the Science Kid is turned up. For all the parents out there, he lit. Is he black?
I think so, because his mama looked like brown skin.
I was saying they have dreadlocks.
I know.
I like it.
Maybe they light-skinned Jamaicans. So I put on Sid the Science Kid, the little music come on, they start dancing, and he dancing, and I'm like, Niambi, go, like leave, go. Mm-hmm. So they run out the door closed, and he see the door closed, and he look at the door, and he's like, what's going on? So
Where they go?
He in the hallway.
Where my mama?
He in the hallway. So one episode of Sid the Science Kid go off, and I'm like, I'm on the couch, like, come over here, like, come on. He just staring at me, and he just looking at TV. So
hold on, he's standing and looking at TV, and looking at the door.
Yeah, because he like going back and forth, looking at the door, looking at the TV. He don't know if he want to dance or go to the door and see if somebody gonna come back. So I go to the kitchen, get me something to eat, and then I go over to him. It's like, why don't you come over here and watch TV there? Boy, I shouldn't have said that.
You triggered him. He's triggered.
His ass bust out full crocodile tears, like a full 2-year-old tantrum.
Oh, no.
A full 2-year-old tantrum. I was
why?
like,
Because you just said come here? You got too close to him.
I guess so. And he noticed. I guess that's when he noticed that his mama ain't here no more.
He said, my mama ain't here, and the other one ain't here. Yeah. What the other black girl?
Ain't no women here. No boobs. I got
no
you.
Boobs.
Yeah, I can just see him be like, fuck. So he go in this full tantrum. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm the type of guy. I don't care if your baby cry. Like,
no,
that don't do nothing.
Niram is so good at that. Babies crying, like, break my ovaries and heart.
That don't do nothing for me. And I talk to them like they grown. So I'm like, are you done? Like, I just want to let you know, you crying don't do nothing for me.
It's and okay to cry.
Crying. Like, yeah, it's okay to cry. Let him use you, Lord. Let him use you. So he crying, and then he go like next level is like shrieking, like like that high pitched baby noise. Yeah. So I put on my headphones, start editing the podcast. So then, because he just shrieking like you can do all that.
To the carpet and you just looking at him. Right?
He just shrieking and he coughing. I'm like, you all right? Like you all right? And then he go to the next level 3.
Level 3.
Like full on
finish him.
Fist pounding, feet kicking, banging his head on the floor, and
I'm like, "Oh no, you won't get hurt on my watch."
No, and he's still in like the little hallway, so we got ceramic floor.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
not on my watch.
Hell no! Like this little nigga over here banging his head on the floor.
Swoop him up.
And I'm like, damn, let me go ahead and go because he's hitting it hard too. I can feel the thud.
You said no.
So I had to get him. And I was like, well, if you're going to bang your head, at least do it on this couch, on this carpet.
Do it on the couch. It's soft.
Do it on this carpet. You can cry all you want to. So I pick him up, and then I bring him in front of the TV, and he stopped crying. He got hypnotized to see it.
See it come through for the win.
And then, like, 2 episodes later, like, I'm trying to play with him.
Not 2.
Yeah, because he's still trying to ignore me, like, just thinking, like a deer. Like if I just be still and not move, maybe he won't notice me, and then that'll be enough time for my family to come back. But that wasn't the case. So eventually, I started playing with his toys so I can get his attention, and then he friends. So
now y'all friends.
Now we friends. So at that point, I had a doctor's appointment to go to, and I'm already running late. Well, I wasn't even running late. I was like, all right, it took me about 30 minutes to get there. So I'm like, I look at the clock. I'm like, oh shit, it's 12:30. Like, let me go ahead and go. And I forgot, like, I had this baby with me. So I'm over here.
The privilege of being single.
So, I'm over here like, well, let me just put on my shoes and go.
Yeah.
And then I get at the door and he looking at me. I'm like, damn, I got all this stuff.
Hold on. You look at him like it's time to go. And he was like, where's my stuff? I'm like,
come on. And I'm like, damn. So I got to put on his shoes, find his diaper bag, get his stroller. So I got like diaper bag, baby in one hand, stroller. I'm trying to turn on the alarm and like get him out the door. So like I open the door, like, go outside. Like I'll be out there with you. No, he right near my leg. Like, no. So I got like literally put him like, pick him up, take him outside the door. And like try to turn off the alarm. So the alarm beeping. I was like, beep, beep, beep. I was like, fuck it. Like I just turned off the alarm and I just closed the door and locked it and left. So I got like this backpack with the diapers. I got this stroller and I'm over here like trying to do the shuffle. Like, all right, do I put the baby in first or do I try to put the stroller in? So I'm like, all right, put the stroller in. Put the baby in and then put the stroller in. Stroller falling all over the place. And I got this backpack, diaper bag, and it's tight on me like one of those little baby backpacks. Yeah, so it's about to explode on my back. So I go to the doctor and like, this is when I found out, like, babies are real chick magnets because all the chicks was all up on me.
Oh.
All the white women.
The baby for that.
All the white women because we in white-ass New England. So it wasn't no black girls, no brown girls, but it was all white women. He's so cute. How old is he? And blah, blah, blah.
How old you telling me was?
It depended on the day.
Okay.
So, sometimes I was like, he 13 months. Sometimes I was like, he 18 months. Sometimes I was like, he's 16 months.
He's a year and a half. He has that age.
Okay. I didn't know.
Okay.
I remember y'all talking about how old he was and like he's starting school in like November. So I was like, all right. Today he gonna be like right now he gonna be 16 months. Somebody else asked me he's like 18. So go to the doctor and like you can tell like this baby's skittish and he's like I'm only messing with the person I came with. And so like people trying to like shake his hand and he hitting him with the Melania. Like
get your hands off.
Get your hands off me. Like gone. So go to the doctors. Cool. Like not cry, not a single word. So eventually start getting antsy. I'm like, all right, go. It's like, well, it's time to go. So I was like, all right, he cool. Let me go ahead and take him to the park. So I take him to the park and, we got some kids there playing. So I put him in like the child swing and he's swinging and stuff like that. And then you can see like this little 2-year-old having this fit with this white mama. And like, yeah. And his name was like Remington. So I was like, ooh. Like
Remington.
Yes.
Ooh, sounds like privilege.
Remington, come here.
Sounds like privilege.
And she had this cigarette. So I'm like, fanning in front of the baby like, ooh, this is strong. Maybe I should just take you back home.
Yeah, you can't be around this cigarette.
The cigarette smoke. Yeah. But I forgot he from New York. So you probably already used to the smog. So you probably already used to the smog. So he's just nosy. This baby knows it. So I take him out. It's like, well, you want to go play with the kids? So I'm thinking he going to go play with the kids. And I take him out the swing, and he just look at me. I'm like, go play with the kids. Like, you see him running around. Like, the kid come up to him.
Yeah.
And he just like,
no,
staring.
Ma'am. No, ma'am.
So the kids go play. I put him back in swinging them. And then I take him out because I'm like, shit, I'm tired of pushing you.
Yeah.
And then, like, these other kids come, like, these bigger kids, like 4-year-old, whatever. So they go and like play on like the big ass play skate, and like you can see him like eyeballing, like, oh, like this is my jam.
That's what I want to conquer.
This is where I want to be. So they playing, they running, and like you can see him like, all right, well, how am I get on here? So he just circling the play skate. So I'm just following. He's just circling the play skate.
Stairs or something.
He go around about 4 or 5 times, and then he go to like this other slide, like the baby slide. Start playing on that, and then he go back to it.
Yeah.
Start circling. So eventually he's like, all right, I'm gonna make my ass up here. He take his ass up that play skate. So I'm like, all right. Like, I'm going to let him go because I don't want to stunt his creativity to follow things and shit like that, but I'm going to follow him. So he'll go up a couple stairs. He'll look at me, like, just to confirm, like, I got him.
He said, don't you let me fall.
So eventually he, like, go all the way up there. So I'm like, shit, I got to follow him. So he go to this big-ass slide that go around in a circle. And you can tell, like, he done got down on his butt trying to scoot.
Oh,
and I'm like, this slide's too damn big. His ass gonna flip over and all types of other
fall
stuff.
Off of it.
So I'm like, nah. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I had to make a judgment call. Mm-hmm. Like, do I either go down this slide with him with my big ass, or do I take him off? So I was like, all right, baby J, you got one time.
Yeah.
So
you
I
said
grabbed
one time?
One time. My big ass got up in
you
that
climbed
slide.
up there. Was it a tight fit?
Oh
was
my
he
God.
happy?
He was happy as hell.
Yeah.
But my big ass is like, this can't happen again. Because, you know, the slide all hot. It's skirting against my hairs on my leg.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
getting burnt. He clapping like, yeah, let's do it again. He go back around and say, nope. Take your ass back over to
the baby one that you could do yourself.
So eventually he cool. You know, the rest of the day was cool. We kicked it. And then he didn't start crying until he seen his mama again. I said, all this shit, we done hanged out and took your ass to the park.
We done went to
Trader Joe's. You done had some samples.
Gave him the samples at Trader Joe's?
Yeah, he was eating those samples up. And now you want to start crying and acting the plum fool. So that was a little cool.
Well, that was good. You know, good baby.
Checking out with him.
Yeah.
Other things. I don't know if you heard about this, babe, but there's supposed to be a TV show called Real Side Chicks of Charlotte.
That's not real. Stop bringing out real news. I'm about to Google it.
You can Google it, but it's supposed to be portraying South Side chicks in Charlotte. So first of all, why in Charlotte if they gonna do that?
What's popping off in Charlotte?
I don't know. But it's gonna be there. Yeah, see it. You look at it, I see your face. Yeah, you see the site that's like Real Side Chicks of Charlotte is real. So
it's
they
set on Ebony.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on, but we gonna see what this is about. Lastly, I just want to thank all y'all for like the support, text messages. You know, I think some of our family is most surprised of like the side that they never seen in Niambi. That's one of the things.
Why this is me. I'm crazy.
Well, I think it's because you put together, you are, and people out from the outside you put together and people don't get to really see all the craziness that I get to see. The everyday, hand clapping, saying quick at the mouth stuff. So, that was very interesting and very nice, So shout out to y'all. And I think one of the other things that's just very interesting is like I said, I got another podcast and I feel like the audience from the other podcast and this podcast kind of conflict. So, I try to keep those separate. So it's interesting to actually start from the bottom again and build that audience and create new tactics and things of that sort. So
it's so organic and like I said, the 5 people we interact with, they're hilarious.
And they like day one, it's like I just found it and this is fun. This is dope.
They're funny themselves. Like I almost would be like, y'all, let's just go have some coffee. Like y'all is hilarious. So it's just so overwhelming. It's amazing. So
it's just interesting going over that. So that's my update.
All right. Well, let's jump into pillow talk.
Well, what you got?
I was debating on going back and forth with this because I'm exhausted about it. But we got to talk about these Comey hearings. We got to. We don't got to spend long on it, but we got to at least bring it to the foresight. So overall, I think it's just an overall mess. Personally, I wasn't going to watch because I didn't think nothing new was going to come out of it. So I know he released that letter and his so-called statement from his lawyer. I thought he was going to come up in there and reread that statement. But me, I didn't watch it in live time, but I went back and rewatched it later and looked at some of the notes. And, he gave up he spilled a teeny bit of tea. I don't think it was necessarily tea that was spilled, but I think it was a lot of shade that was being thrown. But overall, I'm just exhausted by America, politicians, the Republican Party, and white mediocrity, just as a whole. It's just what is happening. These are supposed to be the highest officials in the land, and folks are cutting crazy. But like I said before, we got to stay woke, y'all. I think what we really got to do as a people is focus on these midterm elections.
Because they coming.
So please get registered or stay registered to vote and stay aware of what these are. Hell, run for office. I think I might have to look, how do you just run for the office? Because this is too much. And also when I'm looking at this Comey thing, I just imagine the stuff. This is stuff they're telling us, right?
Yeah.
This is stuff that's in the limelight. Imagine the stuff and the foolishness and the witchcraft that they're not telling us.
I'm telling you. I thought
so. If this is the American people should know about this.
Yeah.
Imagine what's going on in the soundproof rooms in the basement of God knows who where, and they not telling us what's going down. Aliens got to be real. Something is going on.
They already got the cure for HIV.
But also,
and
I noticed with this hearing, this is something new. I really don't ever remember something, I guess we're talking about like the impeachment, but that's an impeachment. That's different with Bill Clinton and Nixon. People watching this like it's the damn near Super Bowl or a Beyonce concert. Like people are stopping what they're doing in the middle of their day, blatantly at work. Like, yeah, I got my Excel file up, but on my other screen, I got this Comey hearing up, and I got to see what's going on. Like, it is crazy. And I just don't know the times that we're in, but it is ridiculous. So I would say, the biggest bombshell that necessarily came out for me, that stood out to me, is where I think it was Comey. He said something like, I want to get his quote. I want to quote him. He said, I was honestly concerned that he might lie about the nature of our meeting, so I thought it would be really important to document it. He talking about the president of the United States. So every meeting that this man, the director of the FBI director, went to with the president of the United States, he said something in the milk ain't clean, and he gonna try to get me with the get got. So let me go on my BlackBerry and type up, and then he reported what? Up and out. Of what the hell went down. Because he thought he was gonna lie.
He did.
That didn't shock you?
Look. For all y'all other people that work in these 9-to-5s, some of y'all need to follow Comey's lead.
Come on with them racist ass bosses.
You got these racist ass supervisors and bosses. You need to start reporting
with them microaggressions.
Start reporting that shit up and out. Like report that shit to your supervisor, and then to the owner of the company. Put his ass on the email too.
You know what? This is some hot knowledge. This is a little side off that, but this is all for doctoral students. When I'm talking to doctoral students, I tell them the most important relationship you have was with your advisor. And the most important time in that relationship is those first 6 months, so that first semester. And I always tell them to take notes. I say you go in more formal with that relationship than least formal. They ain't your damn friend. They might pretend that they your friend, but they are your advisor, and they is testing you. And this is a motherfucking initiation to see if they want you in their club. So the same thing that Comey do, I do tell students and folks who are part of that process to do. So what I say is when you meet doctoral students, anybody who work with a faculty member, that check in with them, that got something to do with your grade, this is what you do. You got it? Master's doctoral students. When you go meet, first of all, you need to set a consistent time with your advisor. Run to them. Be on them. You want your advisor when they see you to roll their eyes. To be like, damn. Here come this motherfucker again. You want them to be sick of you. But when you go to them, you set up this weekly or bi-weekly meeting, but you always go to them with an agenda. Don't ever go up in there empty-handed. What y'all talking about? The Housewives of Atlanta? Y'all not friends. You go in there, what you've done, how you've done it, updates on classes, and the next steps. See, that's the easy part. And you send that to them. But the icing on it is you follow up. So that within 24 hours, you send them a follow-up email. Hello, Dr. So-and-so. I just want to confirm we talked about X, Y, and Z, and we're moving forward on this, that, and that. If anything does not look appropriate, please let me know, and we'll go from there. You know why you do that? Because you got a track record. Because faculty members like Donald Trump tend to have amnesia. And they'll try to throw you under the bus.
Sure will.
So take that as a note. Let Comey be a testimony to doctoral and master students out there. But you right, Niram. And what did Comey say? He said he didn't even get to the house. He didn't get to the house office. He said he went in his car.
I'm going to do a memo.
A memo? Who says that?
From my car. One last thing I want to add to that, Niambi, is that you got to put a time limit on this shit.
Yes.
Say if you don't respond in the next 72 hours or 48 hours, I'm going to assume that everything is correct.
Yes.
You got to put that time limit on it because they come back like 2 years later, like, oh, this is not what I said. No, fuck that.
Yes.
I said in 72 hours.
Absolutely. So doctoral students, even some undergrad, take that as a notice. Take Comey example, and you better start writing memos. But that's even for brown people at work.
Yeah.
That's not just doctoral students. So brown people at work, you working at 9 to 5, you meet one-on-one with your boss supervisor, go in there with an agenda. Get it to the point where your advisor or supervisor be like, you don't have to do an agenda no more, and get that shit in writing.
Get it in writing. Have them send it to you in an email.
Yes. So just to confirm, you would not like me to do any more agendas to keep notes of our conversations. I bet they ain't going to say that. But you got to keep a track record of this to cover your butt, because they will try to throw you under the bus. See, I'm getting triggered.
Yes, I know you are. But I think that's one thing a lot of black folk do is like, oh, I ain't doing this shit. Or, I'll handle this on my own.
Or take it.
Yeah. Or I just take the whole bullshit, the racist shit, whatever comes their way. And even if they just went ahead and had that step of
the paper trail,
making that paper trail, sending these emails, things would be a lot different. Yes. So, if that do happen where, God forbid, you get fired or, some bullshit coming on, you got a lawsuit on you because you got all these emails and things of that sort, or these track records of, reporting up and out and ain't nobody said a damn thing.
Absolutely. So that's my biggest takeaway from Comey is that how you have to work it, because that's how you navigate through this idea of covert racism. Yeah. So that's that undercover racism. That's the microaggressions. That overt stuff, you got it. Right. It's still fools out here doing sexual harassment, talking to people crazy, explicitly slapping on boots. Yeah, that's different. But I'm talking about that covert that you look at them like, I'm not the one or the motherfucking two. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And the only way to do that is to have them on record and know that you're not the one. Right. Because when you start typing back the stuff to them, they know they got a track record. So please, y'all, please take it from Brother Comey. Because he going through it. He ain't going to work no more. He done. Not that he need to work no more, but the way he came out with this, he's done. Make sure you keep notes. But the other thing, two more things that stood out to me about Comey, and you know, Niram, jump in. I be getting a little bit too into this. I think I'm gonna have to take another break. But the idea of how talking about the general, was it Mike Flynn in the Russian investigation? This idea of like honesty and loyalty, and I hope you don't do this, and I will hope that you didn't do that. I forgot. I think it was some senator or congressman from Idaho was like, he said that the president, I'm sorry, y'all, that he hoped that you wouldn't look into the investigation of Michael Lynn. Is that correct? And Comey is like, yes. And then the senator from Idaho, this Republican. So he never said not to do it. He just said he hoped not to do it. Semantics and white witchcraft.
That is some white witchcraft.
That's why you got to have your memos noting that he said hope, but I interpreted it at X, Y, and Z. And that's exactly what Comey said.
Because that is some bullshit.
That is systematic. And that is what the majority and the privileged do. Twist your words.
They do it, and they do it all in a roundabout way. I hope you'll be able to do this,
I encourage you. I strongly encourage.
I strongly encourage. Well, he didn't say he encouraged you. He just said strongly encourage. He didn't tell you to do it. Shit, motherfucker, I done took it.
He's the president of the United States.
He was strongly encouraged me to do something. He evidently he want me to do it.
Let Obama strongly encourage me to do something. What is it, Obama? Yes. Yes, I am. So that's what I'm talking about. But the last thing, and I got to bring this up. McCain's questioning on Queen, I'm giving her a Queen title, Hillary Clinton. What is going on? Okay, so what happened was McCain accused Comey. I'm sorry if I said that man name wrong this whole time, of applying like a double standard by closing the Clinton investigation while leaving the Trump kind of inquiry open about the Russian and all that. So Comey's explanation was that Clinton investigation ran its course while the Trump investigation still, barely started and, was still going. So that seems rational, right? So we stopped Clinton's investigation because we got to the end. Ain't no more damn emails.
Ain't no more emails. She done lost. Now she out there,
we got to the end of it. But for some reason, McCain didn't get it. Hillary done. Trump still here. So the idea is, what is wrong with McCain? Why was he baffled on that? And why they still on her jock? Is that old school? Why she on her jock?
Yeah.
Because she lost. Hillary Clinton lost. First of all, she's still looking fabulous, but she lost. The investigation is closed. Keep her name out of your mouth.
It's white witchcraft. What you expect?
Like, why are we talking about Hillary Clinton?
It's a bait and switch. Like, they want to get people like all caught up in Hillary again and start arguing. You know how these maggots are.
You tell them what a maggot is now.
Make America great. What is it? Make America great again. Trump supporters.
Yes.
Maggots. You know how these maggots are. They still on. Lock her up. Lock her up. So I think that's what that is. It's white witchcraft.
Yes. The whole time, the line of questioning was just strange that came from McCain. Like, the whole time I was like, sir, what is the point? Get to the point. Sir, do you know your name? I wanted Comey to switch back to him. What year is it? Sir?
like he got a concussion.
Yeah, I was like, did McCain have a stroke up there? Did we need somebody to get here? Like, something had to be wrong. I wanted to be like, where's your caretaker? Because you can't be out here in these streets alone.
Where's your caretaker?
Where is your caretaker? But that's what I gotta say about this whole invest. I don't know what's really gonna come of it. I don't know. Like, it could be something that starts to trigger and domino effect something else. But on the flip side, I've seen it where in 2 weeks this will never be spoken again. No. So I'll believe it when I see something happen.
Well, my motto has always been like either Trump is going to either get impeached and that's going to take his whole presidency, or he's going to be.
Honey.
Y'all know I got a speech impediment, so it's either going to take up the whole 4 years, yes, or he going to be here in this bitch for 8 years. Yeah. So it's either going to be one or the other. Like, I don't see him. Like, he either need to get kicked out, like kicking and screaming, or his ass going to be here again. So, like, stay woke, y'all, because. Yeah. All those folks talking about I ain't voting all this other shit. Like, we got to get Trump ass out this bitch.
Yeah. Did you notice he had him a side lawyer? I didn't. That was very strange to me. Like, he had a side lawyer where his lawyer released a press statement too. I said, he better come on.
He gonna lawyer up.
Like, that's just such a strange thing.
Because it's white witchcraft.
Have to do that. Oh.
It's white witchcraft.
All right. That's Black Lives Matters. Let's switch it. That's enough of that. I don't want to get him no more energy.
Well, what else you got for us, baby girl?
So, as y'all know, I like the stars, moons, and the suns. And I thought, a lot of our episodes, we've been a little intense and like, let's just get back to some good old, really what we started this segment for, that pillow talk. So I want to talk a little bit about this idea of soulmates. So, who they are they really meant to be, what does it really look like? So what I like to say is absolutely, where do I begin? So I was reading this article talking about the idea that no one meets accidentally. Like, everyone's there for a purpose. So every single meeting or chance encounter serves as a purpose. And I got to thinking, like, maybe that is true.
Yeah, it's a reason and season for everybody.
Yeah, so sometimes, we need people to wake us up and help change the direction of our life. And other times, we need people to uplift us and remind us of who we are. And sometimes it's simply about those or meant to hold space for us. So, I just thought this would be a good conversation for us to kind of have on air. So, Niram, what's your idea of having soulmates? And, do you believe in it? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely think that soulmates exist, and they may have been called different things in different ages. Kindred spirits, play cousins, all the other stuff. But and theoretically, like, that's all about like soulmates. Yeah.
I absolutely think it's real, but what I like to, like, kind of what you hinted on is I don't think all soulmates are like romantic. So I think when folks use the term soulmates, it's very much in a romantic sense. But I think they don't have to be. I think they can be best friends. And on the flip side too, I think when we use soulmates, we use it in a very positive sense. I think they could be sent to us to learn hard lessons.
They can be your worst enemies.
Well, okay. You don't gotta say it that tough, but I think meaning a soulmate, meaning someone was brought in your life to teach you a lesson, to learn something. And that person was the only person that can get you to that point. So I think sometimes we don't recognize that ability. What do you think?
Yeah, because I got a couple people in my life that I can think of right now that, I learned some lessons from. And I don't mess with them no more.
Okay, thank you.
Reason and season. There's a reason and season for everybody.
So what I was thinking, so when I got to think about it and fleshing it out, y'all know I'm beginning my journaling. I kind of had 3 categories for soulmates. So the 3 categories that I have, there are soulmates who are meant to like wake us up. So these are the individuals who kind of come in our lives permanently, or at least for an extended period of time. I think this is the idea of the soulmates are in the most traditional sense. They come into our lives to create, or roadblocks for us too. So they're the one who kind of create these robots, and they're the ones who sincerely can change the trajectory and the direction of their life. So I think that's one. So when I think of soulmates like this, so the 2 people that jump to my mind, the first one is the idea of you, Niram. So I definitely
me.
There you go, y'all. He loved to be flat.
Hey.
That's that Cancer energy. So I think you definitely are. So you coming in my life, and kind of going on different journeys with me, and really, you know, being aware with that. I think you're definitely was one of the person who kind of shook up the direction of where I would be going and how I would be going. And I would say you do that in, believe it or not, a very challenging way.
Oh, hold up.
Well,
what you mean?
I mean, you don't let me just roll with it. So I think a lot of folks, what you said before, is like a lot of times I like to have a plan and move it forward. And folks like, man, good job, Nyambi. You got a plan. Go for it. Perfect positivity. But you would be like, that's a cute plan, but do you really like it? Why do you want to do it? Are you doing it just because it look good and sound good? You don't seem happy. Like, I'm like, dang, Nira, I done took all this time to create this plan. Just support me. You know, but you are always saying, you know, that's a cute plan, but we can rip that mug up from the beginning and start over if that don't make you happy. So I think that's, you know, why you're truly connected to me in this idea that are meant to wake us up. And the other person is Nia. Shout out to you, Nia.
What up, though?
Nia is like a brother to me. So Nia is the one. Nia is my mirror. So I think we're very much the same.
Yes, y'all are.
And I think we reflect that in each other. And I think we understand each other. And I think we're there to hold and support each other. So, was you about to say something?
Y'all the two most shadiest people I know.
We're not the two most shadiest people you know. But I think that we truly understand each other. And I think, you know, when I see him and when I reflect back at him, and sometimes it could be hard to be our friends. Like, everyone's like, oh, your energy's so good, Nyambi, da-da-da. I'm a hard person to be a friend with. I have very high expectations. I love hard. I do all the above. And the same with Nia. But I think we have that respect and that understanding with each other. So it's hard to be our friend, but the reward is so sweet if you can hang in there and do that. And so I think that's how we're kind of that kindred spirit. But also, on the flip side, we're able to call each other out, too. So we the type of friends, we'll have your back. So we'll be in public and he'll say something crazy or I'll say something crazy and we'll both co-sign like, that's Nia, that's Nyambi. But when we get in the car and we get to the house, we'll be like, what the hell was wrong with you? Have you taken your medication today?
Oh my God.
Is something wrong today? Look, now we like McCain. Where's your caretaker?
As a person who has been on the other end of that, it's so weird for that to come off like, nigga, you know you was wrong. Why you say that?
Wrong.
You wrong for that. I said, nigga, you was agreeing with me. Well, I ain't gonna agree with you out in public.
I ain't gonna bash you.
But I'm getting your ass in this car. I'm getting your ass together. What the hell?
Yeah, so I think that is something that, you know, really sticks out to me. So when I think of folks who are there to wake you up, to, you know, shake you out your comfort zone, to be, you know, also that security blanket at the same time, y'all are the two who really jump out to me. Okay. What about you? Got some folks that fit that category of folks who are meant to wake you up?
Yeah, well, one of them, you know, I was reading an article. I was like, well, one of them was the baby scare.
Oh, why we keep...
It woke my ass up.
Well, I guess that's true, though.
You know, it did. You know, I was living rock style lifestyle. You know, I had transferred from schools, playing football, partying, having fun, living life.
Hey.
And just doing whatever. And, you know, that baby scare came, and that woke my ass the fuck up. Like, hold up. I remember praying one day.
Well, what do you say one day?
You know how...
You ain't having a part of your practice back then?
You know how them people do. Like, Lord, if this baby ain't mine, I swear I'm gonna act right. And then that baby don't be yours, and you be like, turn up with a party at. But no, like, I really think like that just brought a lot of perspective in my life. Yeah. You know, especially with like telling friends and family and things of that sort. And even like my nephew joking about that shit like every Father's Day. Don't you call me this year, nigga. I know you listening. Don't you call me. I'm gonna block your ass. So I think that was one thing. Like, and I just think of like waking up and just being woke up. Nia for sure. He definitely holds your boy down. Yes. And I think if it wasn't for him, like some of the things that even me going back and get my master's and getting a second master's and even thinking about pursuing my PhD wouldn't be, I don't think I would have did it if it wasn't for like Nia helping influence that. And then last is you. Oh, you. Yeah. And you know, I think with me being so much of a free spirit and, more type B, even type C person. Sometimes I need that type A person to come in and bring some perspective in it. So, while I'm like, I'm doing this because I'm making me happy. It's making me happy. It's like, okay, but how are we going to make some money? How are we going to pay bills?
Come on.
So I think those are my 3 examples of people who wake me up.
Perfect. That's good. So like I said, I think it's 3 types. So the second type, when I think of soulmates, I think of folks who are there to help us, remind us of who we are. So I think in life, sometimes it seems like we battle with, growing away from ourselves. So I think these types of soulmates come into our lives to help us, remind us of who we are, where we're from, so we can really get to the bottom of, who we are as a core. Because sometimes when you get so caught up in things and you don't recognize what's going on, you're moving on, you're doing different things, you lose sight of that. And when I think about that, I think to the doctoral work that I'm doing. So the work and the research that I'm really interested in is this idea of, underrepresented populations' experience in higher education as a whole, period. So student, faculty, staff, administrator, all the way up. And what I'm going to say is higher education is a big white privilege game. And it's just so hurtful to see how students, staff, and faculty from underserved populations are treated. And I think when I think of my doctoral work and the type of folks I work with and doing this research, I see myself in them. Like, I'm reminded of where I come from, why I'm doing this, and moving forward. Basically, they're me.
They are you.
So they're a reflection of me. I take my work personal.
Yeah.
So I know a critique and a strength that I always get is don't take things so personal, Nirambi. But how can you not take it personal? This is me.
This is you.
So when you take a stab or a jab at another doctoral student, staff member, faculty member, dean of color, or from an underrepresented population, you're not just taking a stab at them, you're taking a stab at me. And I think it's just so apparent for me and us to be aware of that. And that's when I think of this soulmate. So that soulmate I'm talking about, not even really a person. It's a research calling it a purpose. So I do think that's what I'm called here to do, to kind of pull back the curtain and be aware of that. Because that work ain't for everybody.
That's your line.
Okay? Because the thing is, I think I don't have the privilege not to say something. Because there's a lot of brown folks out there who are within it who not going to say nothing.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go to sleep at night thinking about that. The idea of systematic racism is rampant in higher education, and it is disgusting. And what I would just say, if you thought that Comey investigation was juicy, we ain't, please, just interview some underrepresented populations from higher ed, because they got some stories from you. The stuff that run through there, that covert and overt racism, sexism, homophobia, Islamophobia, picophobia. It's one of them.
All in education.
Them ivory towers, y'all. That's what need a reality show. See, y'all think dear white people taking it too far, but they just getting started. That's the tip of the iceberg. If that was all that was happening at colleges, that's easy. That's an easy solve.
That's easy shit.
But the stuff that's going down,
right? Remember when they hung those nooses up at our school?
They hung up nooses. They still be hanging up nooses. Yes,
they hung up nooses, y'all.
Yeah. The privilege is real.
It's privilege.
So again, when I think of souls that who remind me who we are, or soulmates, I think honestly of my work and my calling and my purpose. It keeps me grounded. It keeps you centered. Because what also happens in higher ed, they try to fool you. So you get a decent salary, you get flexibility, you can go home at 2:00, you can work from home, but you doing that exchange for what? Them tearing down your people. Because if they did it to me,
they're gonna do it to you. They gonna do it to you.
It's a matter of time. And if you're not standing up, taking the stance, being firm, we're going to continue it. Ooh, that's an episode in itself.
Yes, Lord.
Did I get too into it?
No.
That's my soulmate.
You got to let the people
know. My work,
and
not losing myself, my personal ethics or values as I'm doing my work. So when I meet my maker, I say, yes, Lord, I did everything I could. Did you?
Ooh.
Come on. What you got?
I think as far as that, like people who like remind you who you are, I think of like our godson's parents, and just, they're definitely like Detroit people. So like talking to them,
Shout
I'm
out
like,
to y'all.
Y'all niggas playing spades? Hell yeah.
They don't play spades out here. I don't think they play spades in New England.
They don't even be playing spades out here.
They like to just play.
So like, you know, even like, you know, the struggles they're going through and, you know, raising the child in Michigan, in middle of Michigan, you know, is that, and just, you know, just knowing like they're trying to make a better life for themselves and their family. That definitely reminds me of who I am. Another thing is like talking to family and friends. So one of the things that people found weird when they first met me is that whenever I'm talking to like a family member, whether it's my mom or cousin, like we play this thing called like Guess Who Got Shot.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like every time you talk to somebody, like, oh, you know, such and such in jail, or guess who got shot? And then like we really be like such and such, like, nah, such and such, no, like
you can't play Guess
Bobby.
Who Got Shot.
Damn, Bobby got shot. So I think any of those situations where I'm talking to my mom, my other friends from Detroit, that definitely brings me down to that could have been me.
It could have been you.
It could have been me.
Humbling.
And it's humbling. And I think another soulmate that I personally have is, you know, when Mike Brown got killed, like that really, you know, the rest of the black men that got killed, like it was wrong, and, you know, that hurted me. But Mike Brown really hurted me because, like, we got like the same stature. Like when I seen him, I seen me. Yeah. Big black guy, you know, can be intimidating to white people, but, you know, around the way guy, you know, may have done some dirt, but just trying to do better in his life. Like, that's me. And like when he got killed, like that really hurted me to the core. So I really seen him as a soulmate, like bringing me down and say, you know, as a black man in America, you know, white people are afraid of you. Yes. They make you larger than normal.
Yeah, they make you a monster.
You know, they make you into this monster, and that's not necessarily the case.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So I guess the last type of soulmate that I kind of got from the article was this idea of soulmates who simply hold space for you. Mm-hmm. So they're the ones that you might cross paths with. It could be momentarily for a few months or even just a year. But the biggest thing is that they don't stay in our lives forever. And usually these types of soulmates don't know us too well. So again, being aware of those types of interactions that sometimes we blow off. And I had to really think a little harder at this, because I think first I was thinking of maybe like friends that I had, but I think they were more of to kind of remind me of who I am, or maybe the first one. But then I got to thinking, I thought maybe, work colleagues or neighbors kind of fit this category. Okay. So, you know, not good or bad, but again, folks who are really just meant there to kind of say different things, you know. So I think about my work colleagues at the bit chain store. So, you know, I make up all these stories and we laugh about it. But, you know, just sometimes their interactions and the conversations I have with them, every once in a while, they do make me think like, I didn't think about that. Or maybe I should check that out. Or what does that look like? Or, you know, coworkers that, you know, I don't feel one way or the other about. But, you know, again, them just bringing a different perspective. And it might just be through a couple sentences or words to say, I never thought about it that way. Or that is an appropriate idea. Or maybe I should apply for that. Or you see that in me, you know, positive or negative. So I always lean on that example. And I think that's what I'm going to try to start being more aware of as I'm kind of navigating just those little conversations, or not even work colleagues. Like I even think to folks when, you know, this ain't a New England thing because they don't like to talk to you. But like if you're on, you know, you're walking down the street, you know, you make that eye contact, or you're in the grocery store, or you're waiting in line and you just spark up that conversation with folks, like really being aware of what that moment is. And, you know, what was that, you know, as Martina said, the grand architect of the world, what did, you know, why did that person,
not just the world, the universe.
You know what? I'm not going to use your words. When the Lord sends you these people, angels or beings in your life, just being aware of, you know, why did you send that person to me? You know, what was that conversation supposed to be about? Or, you know, or those folks you talk when you just smile. So that's really you know, I think that's another form of soulmates that, again, your paths were meant to intertwine and pass. So that's what I think about it.
Yeah, I completely agree. And maybe that's one of the ways I should take. So like I was telling when I was hanging out with Baby J and I'm running late, and like one of the neighbors coming out because, you know, we selling the house, and she's like, oh, you selling the house? And, you know, we hate to see you leave. And, you know, I'm trying to keep this conversation going, but I'm looking at her like, hey, like, don't you see I'm trying to get in this car with this baby? I got all this other stuff on. So, who knows what that conversation was for, to prevent an accident or whatever.
It sent chills through my body.
It's like some Final Destination type shit, but in the reverse.
The Lord stepped in and said, hold on.
Yeah.
Have this. Ooh.
And it's like, I'm trying to.
Rush it.
Like, I'm trying to rush. Like, yeah, we selling the house and yeah, it's sad. We really like y'all. And, I'm sure I am like Nirambi, like, come on. Like,
yes.
like, don't you see I'm trying to, so you never know, like, what that conversation was, that
the purpose it
that
served.
purpose that, of that, that extra 5 minutes that felt like an inconvenience.
Could have saved your life.
I know. So just thinking about that. And I also think about, all the people in my life that, I was very cool with, and we just kind of just fell out of friendship.
Yes.
And just using that stuff as a learning experience and just knowing, whether I did them wrong or they did me wrong. Like, forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. But just knowing, like, we had a good time.
Yes.
For then,
it is what it is.
It ain't going to be that same again. But, if I see you in the streets, I give you a head nod. But just knowing, like, that, whatever that time was, like, cherishing that, because I could have been going through something or, it was something just to take your mind off the monotony of life.
Yes. Ooh, you got me on that chills about folks just being placed in your life.
Yeah.
For just those random moments. Oh, you got me with the chills. I got to go to my journal after this.
All righty.
So, as a reminder, y'all let us know. Do y'all believe in soulmates? The way I break it down is we have soulmates are 1, meant to wake us up. 2, remind us of who we are. Or 3, actually just hold space for us. So y'all let us know in the comments what y'all thinking about that. Hey, I really like that. Though.
That was dope.
See, that was just a change in the flow, groove, and vibration.
Yeah, that was like cheap and cheerful.
Yeah. No, it was just a space of gratitude.
Oh,
sometimes you have to be in that for Black love.
I'm going to go ahead and light some sage after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
I might be too hoteppy, so let me
don't get too far.
I'm gonna light me some incense, some money house blessings.
Money house blessings. All right.
So we got some shout outs in Nirambi. Hey, shout outs.
Thank y'all.
What up, though?
Thank y'all.
Thank you. So, like I said earlier, you leave a 5-star rating and review in iTunes or Stitcher. You'll get a shout out if you leave a comment on the blog or any of the blog posts for the episodes on blacklovematters.com. Remember, that's Black with no K. Or in SoundCloud, we'll shout you out. And a special occasion, I'm going to shout out some text messages I got as well. If I got my phone here. If I don't, we'll just hit it later. But, definitely use those methods. iTunes reviews, Stitcher reviews, on the blog, and on the voicemail. We got that voicemail, 508-784-1111. If you do one of those, we'll put you on the show. We'll address your comments, and then we'll shout you out on Friday. So, iTunes reviews, babe. We got one.
Hey. One is better than none.
We got one from Foxy Rozzy, and it says, these two open up about themselves while finding the humor in it all. I love that they're unapologetically themselves. Great listen. Hey.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Foxy Roxy.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate the love. And, I think this is one of the things that Nirambi is really finding herself, is finding that really the unapologetic. I got a speech impediment.
I'm just helping you out.
Unapologetic.
Because they be on us.
I know they be on us. And you know what? Jimmy crack corn, and I don't care. Unapologetic self. And I think that's one of the things that, for family members to see, like Nirambi in this new light. Like, I've never seen Nirambi this way. Like, this is a new side. So I think it's a way for you to open up for other people to see other, different sides than us.
Yeah, it's multifaceted, and I'm multifaceted.
Yeah, we are all very complex. We didn't get any on Stitcher, so for all our Stitcher listeners, leave us a rating and review. 5 stars.
Stitcher. Come on. Actually, I think I'm going to download. I don't have Stitcher myself.
No.
I need to download Stitcher and just see. Maybe it's not an easy flow.
And maybe not.
I'm going to check it out.
So on the blog, we got some comments. So for episode 1, titled What Up, Though, we got 2 comments. We got one from Carrie that says, love it, love it, love it. Keep it coming, since many of us has been touched by white hands. Hilarious.
I'm telling you, it's just something about that idea. And white hands could be a lot of things. So white hands could be education. It could be moving. It could be becoming namaste. White hands could become a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I got to start. Put a pin in that. The idea
Massachusetts black.
Becoming a vegetarian. Oh, yes. And being Massachusetts black. Okay. No, that's another episode. Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got another one from Cheryl. She says, hello to you both. I'm your cousin Cheryl from Cleveland, Ohio.
Hey, cousin.
Your mom/dad shared this podcast with me to listen. It's funny and lighthearted, truthful, like both of you. You are a beautiful couple, and I wish you both much success in life in this journey. Keep me posted. I'm looking forward to your next podcast. Love you both, cousin Cheryl.
Thank you, family. That's my boundary fam. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, cuzzo. Yes. We appreciate it. Yes. What's going on in Cleveland? Is LeBron gonna make it out?
I thought he lost. Or did he win or lose?
And you got one more. Golden State is up 3.
They winning.
Yeah, Golden State is whooping that ass.
Oh.
Yeah. So what's going on, Cleveland? What's going on, cousin, for Cleveland? Is LeBron gonna come back? He got to win 4 straight.
As a friend told me, I'm not into black men chasing the ball like a dog up and down the court.
Okay. All right. So that was it for episode 1. For episode 2, titled Relationship Goals, T-Mac 627 said, Kwame killed Patrick, though? I'm over here in tears. Yes.
Not Kwame. You keep bringing Kwame up.
I'm telling you.
He's still in jail.
Yes. Oh, Kwame is the modern day. Fitz is the modern day Kwame Kilpatrick. No. Yes. He got all those scandals. He got these side pieces. And eventually he's going to get caught up.
Yes. I do believe
so.
That.
Yes. Kwame Kilpatrick.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. For episode 3, we got 3 comments. Episode 3 was titled Fidget Spinners and Divorce Selfies. We got one for Tyrone that says, keep up the good work. Thanks a lot, Tyrone. We appreciate your love. We got one from Corey Lucci that says, love the show, guys.
I love Corey.
Are you planning on doing YouTube videos? We are eventually, Corey. I don't know when we're planning on doing it. Right now I'm just putting like the audio file with the with a background behind it, but eventually we're gonna get set up. Maybe once we move and figure out where we're gonna be at next, we'll set up a camera and do it that way. So yeah. And then we got one for Carrie, another Carrie.
Come on.
It says, ouch to the whole 1 hour 20 minutes and 49 seconds. Good stuff, Niram and Nimabi. Keep keeping it real. Thank you.
Yay,
I appreciate it. Shout out to you, Carrie.
Yes.
And then we got a comment on SoundCloud. One comment.
Yes. Hey, one is better than what?
None.
Come on.
Hey, we'll take it. First week.
Step at a time.
We'll take
First
this.
Week.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. We
keep it going.
It. Yeah.
So we got one on SoundCloud from Rachel. She says, I'm going to need Uncle Junebug to get on this show with y'all ASAP.
We gonna have to, I don't know if that's the episode that's up to. It's hard for us to get our Detroit family and friends out here. For some reason, they just don't connect to this East Coast. When we first moved out here, how did your nephew, was it your nephew or your cousin? We were like, oh, we live in Massachusetts.
Oh, we live in Massachusetts. Oh, is that
near Boston?
Is that near Boston?
Sir.
No, he said, is that in Boston?
Is that in Boston? I said, Boston is in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Folks just run. Yeah. New England is just Boston and New York.
Where's that at?
In New York, not even considered themselves New England.
That's so shady. Connecticut, where that's at? Is it
Rhode
Boston?
Island? What?
So we just like, we Boston. Oh, the Celtics. I know where they are.
Yes, it's the Celtics.
We stay in New England. Oh, the Patriots. Okay, yeah.
Patriots.
You got to do everything to like a sports team.
Yes.
So
that is a trip. Well, but I think for us to get Uncle Junebug and some of our other families, we might have to do like a recording like in Detroit or something.
Yes, we're going to have to go to Detroit with these microphones and laptops.
Yeah, and do like a family, maybe like a family round table. Ooh, we got to be ready for that.
Oh my God. That's going to be some good podcasts.
That's going to be some good stuff. All righty. I like that. I think that's good for today, don't you?
Yeah.
All righty. So leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes, Stitcher, the whole crew. Like we just did. We'll shout you out on the show, okay? So, but also don't forget to submit your Black Love stories to blacklovematters.com. Again, that's blacklovematters.com. Okay. Also submit your questions for Kitchen Table Talk. You can send it to us via email at blacklovesmatters@gmail.com. Again, that's blacklovematters@gmail.com, no K. And also leave us a comment about anything that we talked about today on our blog or website, or you can leave us a voicemail. So you can be reached at 508-784-1111. Again, that's 508-784-1111. And remember, the question of the day is, do you believe in soulmates? And give us your stories or your ideas or your thoughts on it. That's it for y'all. So talk to y'all on Monday. And remember, love is ever evolving. Have a good one.
Peace.